Hi guys, this is Andrew with rockclass101.com, and in this week's U-Bass lesson, we're going to be learning Bach's Bourrée. So what I love about this piece is that it was written using counterpoint. So in a nutshell, this means that there are two melodies that move independently of each other. So in this case, one melody is played by the ukulele, the other by the U-Bass. So if you do play ukulele, then click this link right here to check out the lesson on the ukulele melody. I'll also put the link to that lesson in the description box below. So in this lesson, Stephen's going to be teaching you the entire U-Bass part, but if you'd like to get the tabs to print off and follow along with, you can click this link right here, or you can go to the site rockclass101.com and do a search for Bourrée U-Bass. Now on that page, you'll also be able to access the on-screen tab viewer. Now this is a really cool feature where you can hit play, watch the tab scroll across in real time. You can highlight bars to loop sections, slow it down to any speed you wish. Just a really great asset for learning this song that much easier. And last but not least, we also have a backing track that you can download. So you can download the ukulele melody and you can play along with it and pretty much rock out at home. It's a lot of fun. And we have it available in 3 different speeds too. So we have 100% speed, 75% speed, and 50% speed. All right guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and hand it off to Stephen to teach this lesson, and I'll see you at the end of the video.
Hey guys, Stephen Cox here, and let's jump right into Bourrée. So the first thing that we're gonna do is an 8th note pickup, and then after that we're going to have 3 measures of nothing but quarter notes followed by a 4th measure with a fill with some 8th notes in it. And this carries through most of the song. So melody A, melody B, and melody C are all quarter notes for the first 3 measures, just 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the 4th measure there's some sort of variation involving some 8th notes. And for the right hand or the plucking hand approach, what I generally do is alternate the fingers. And then if I have to do certain string changes, I might use the pointer finger 2 times in a row so that I'm always starting on an index finger. Here's melody A. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so for melody A, we're going to stay in one position, and honestly, we're going to stay in one position for the entire song, so that means no shifts. Anytime there's a 1st fret, you're going to play with your index finger. Anytime there's a 2nd fret, you're going to play with your middle finger. Anytime there's a 3rd fret, you're going to play with your ring finger, and anytime there's a 4th fret, you're going to play with your pinky. So the first thing we have is a pickup into melody A, and that's the 3rd fret on the A string and the 2nd fret on the A string. So after we do that pickup, we're going to play the open A string, the open D string, 2nd fret on the D string, the open D string again. Then we're going to play 3rd fret on the A string, 2nd fret on the A string, open A string, 2nd fret on the A string, and then we got 3rd fret on the A string, open D string, 2nd fret on the D string, back to the open D string, and that leads us into the 4th measure. So on the 4th measure, we have 2 quarter notes followed by 4 8th notes. So that rhythm is going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're going to be playing the 3rd fret on the A string, the 2nd fret on the D string, and then for those 8th notes, it's going to be open A string, 2nd fret on the A string, 3rd fret, and 2nd fret, and all that's on the A string. Let's play the 4th measure together, and then we'll play through the entire melody A. So here's the 4th measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now let's play through the entire melody A, and we're starting on a pickup of beat 4. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and we're going to come in on 4 and. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so here's measure 5 through 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first two measures, measure 5 and measure 6, are the same as measures 1 and measure 2. So in measure 5, we've got the open A string, the open D string, second fret on the D string, back to the open D string, and then measure 6 is all on the A string. It's third fret, second fret, open, second fret. So then we've got and that's going to be the third fret on the A string, the third fret on the D string, 2 open G strings, 1, 2, and then we're going to play the third fret on the A string. And this measure, measure 8, has a slightly different rhythm than pretty much the whole entire rest of the piece. So what we're going to do here is a dotted half note, which gets held out for 3 beats, and then we have a quarter note after that. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's play measures 5 through 8 together. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so now we're into melody B, and we're going to do the first half of this. Here's how it sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. So melody B is a little bit trickier than melody A because we've got some string skips and we've got some 4th fret notes, which means we'll be using our pinky. So first, we're going to play the 2nd fret on the A string. Then we're going to skip up to the open G string. Then we're going to play the 3rd fret back on the A string. Then we're going to do the 2nd fret on the D string. Then we're going to play the 3rd fret on the D string. Then we're going to go to the 4th fret on the A string. Then the open D string and the open G string. So let's do those 2 measures together since they're a little bit trickier. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's measure 11 and 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to play the 2nd fret on the G string, then the open D string, then back to 2nd fret on the G string, and the open A string. So measure 12 has some 8th notes followed by some quarter notes. So its rhythm is going to be 1 and 2 and 3, 4. All right, so we're going to play the open D string, the 2nd fret on the D string, the open D string again, then the 3rd fret on the A string. Then we're going to play the 2nd fret on the A string and the open G string. So that measure by itself. All right, so now let's play measure 9 through 12 together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's measure 13 through 16. 1, 2, 3, 4. So once again, this is 3 measures of quarter notes followed by 4 8th notes and 2 quarter notes in measure 16. So we're going to play the 3rd fret on the A string, the 2nd fret on the D string, the 3rd fret on the D string, and the 4th fret on the A string. Then we're going to play the open D string, then 4th fret on the D string, then the open G string, and the 1st fret on the D string. And then after that, we've got the 2nd fret on the D string, 2nd fret on the G string, 4th fret on the G string, then 2nd fret on the A string. And this leads us into measure 16, where we'll be playing the 8th notes followed by the quarter notes, that's going to be 2nd fret on the D string, 1st fret on the D string, 2nd fret on the D string, then 4th fret, still the same string, and then 1st fret on the G string, and then back to 2nd fret on the D string. So here's measure 13 through 16. Let's play it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go to melody C. Melody C sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the first half of melody C. So what we're going to do for this one is 2nd fret on the G string, open G string, 4th fret on the D string, then open D string, then open G string, then 3rd fret on the D string, 2nd fret on the D string, and the 3rd fret on the A string. Then 3rd fret on the D string, 2nd fret, and open. Both of those are still on the D string, and then 2nd fret on the A string. And now this leads us in to measure 20, and measure 20 has a very different rhythm from the rest of the piece. So as you can see, it starts with a dotted quarter note, and a dotted quarter note gets 1.5 beats. So that's going to be 1 and 2, and then our next note is going to come on the and after beat 2. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So we're going to start on the 2nd fret on the D string, then we're going to play the 3rd fret on the D string, then 2nd fret and open still on the D string, and then 4th fret on the A string. So that one's going to sound like this. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So let's do that one together real quick. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Now let's do from measure 17 through measure 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this leads us to measure 21 through the end of the song. And this one's a little bit trickier than the rest of it, but here's what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4. So on measure 21, we've got a new rhythm that's 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So that's that 2 eighth notes followed by a quarter note, 2 more eighth notes followed by another quarter note. And then on measure 23, we have the same rhythm for the first half of the measure, 1 and 2, and then we just have quarter notes after that, 3, 4. So the notes are going to be the open D string, the 2nd fret on the G string, and the 4th fret on the G string. Then we're going to do the 3rd fret on the A string, and we're going to skip over a string and go to the 1st fret on the G string. And then we're going to play the 2nd fret. So that alone is kind of tricky. So you just got to make sure that you're on the right strings and make sure that your fingers on your plucking hand skip over a string as well when you go to play. So take a little bit more time with this section. And then measure 22, we've got to reposition our hand again. And when I'm saying that, I just mean shift to the correct strings. We're not doing any horizontal shifting, just vertical stuff. Okay, so then we're going to do 2nd fret on the A string, 4th fret on the D string, and then we've got the 1st fret on the G string. And after that, we're through all the eighth notes, but we're going to have to skip back over a string to the open A string, and then we're going to play the open D string. So real quick, let's just go through those 2 measures. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So after that, we've gotten through everything difficult about the piece, and all we have left is 2 open 2 on the D string, and then the open A string. So and I think this is the first half note that we've had in the entire piece on measure 23 at the end of the measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we end on a dotted half note in measure 24, and that just gets 3 beats, and then you cut it off. So let's play through measure 21 through the end. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, guys, that's everything. I hope you had fun playing Bourrée.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed learning this tune. It's a lot of fun. Don't forget that if you want to get the tabs to print off and follow along with and keep for your records, you can click this link right here or go to the site rockclass101.com and do a search for Bourrée U-Bass. And don't forget the other assets were on that page as well, which were the on-screen tab viewer, that interactive tab player where you can hit play, watch the tab scroll across. Really, really great feature. And the backing tracks, so you can download the ukulele melody, which was available in 3 different speeds. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.